family has been here since the 30s, so I have a long history here, but I've been gone for over 20 years, raising kids in Alabama. And so that's where you hear the accent. But I'm happy to be back, and I'm loving it. I've worked in wholesale for 2 years now. It's fabulous, and this company, I'm guessing because you're here, you must really like it, because I love it. I think it's amazing. So let me give you a little history on Summer Classics. So Summer Classics has been around for 42 years, and it started by Bew White. And he basically wanted to start a line that looked like indoor furniture. I mean, like really nice furniture. And we've continued to stay in that arena. We really are kind of a higher end, and it does look like something you can put in your living room oftentimes. About 13 years ago, we came out with Gabby, and that was started by Bew's son, who is William, and he is the CEO of our company. So it's still a family-run company. And then Wynn White, who is Bew's daughter, started, which a lot of you have mentioned, the Wendy Jane line, which is our pillow line. We have an indoor and an outdoor pillow line. If you don't know about our pillows, it's phenomenal. We'll hit a little bit on it today, okay? All right, so what I love about this company is when you get the catalog, it's a monster of a catalog, but I'm telling you, it's like the Bible. It's wonderful because it's in alphabetical order, so anything you want, you can just find it because, you're like, okay, it starts with an M, I just go to that area. Then you can go toward the back, and it's all sectioned out according to, like, the item. So if we're talking about seating, all the seating is in here. So you can really see it at a glance. So like if you say I need a chaise lounge and you're like, well, I can't go through every line to see what they offer. You really can see here and figure out what material you want, how you want that constructed. So I love that we offer that. Hey there.
Do you mind if I sit in?
I don't.
I've spec'd this for our hotel.
Oh, you do? Okay. No, I don't mind at all. Do you all, is it okay if she sits in? Okay. Okay. Good to meet you. I'm Diana.
Actually, I saw it in a store, and I took all these pictures from the catalog because they wouldn't give me catalog.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, welcome. We're glad that you stopped in. Okay, so one of the things I like about this is when you do find a selection, you have the finishes that it's offered in the top corner of the page, okay? And that's it. I mean, it is custom furniture. We just don't do custom framing, okay? If that makes sense. All right, there are over 42 collections in Summer Classics. So wrap your head around that. It's a lot. There's a lot you can find in this catalog. All right, and I'm gonna stick with my notes because I wanna make sure I tell you all everything. All right, so let's talk about the fabrics. So the fabrics here, we have 2 books. We have book 1 and book 2. And basically, it's categorized like a color story. So like if you go to, let's say, I want to give you a good example. Let's say these are more neutrals, but if you go to the greens, you're going to find that the green fabrics tell a story. They all pretty much go with one another, which is really nice. And as a designer, sometimes that can be difficult when you're shopping with one line and then you want pillows that go with this and you're like, well, that green isn't quite right. Well, the great thing about our pillow line is that the fabrics that you see in the book are also going to be in here. So it's very easy to coordinate your pillows with your fabrics on your sofa, okay? And what's great is that these can all be customized. So you pick the cording, you pick the fabric for the cushion, you can mix, you can do leather on the cording if you want, you can do velvets. Our velvets are some of our most durable fabric. I have these myself, and they just keep on going. They're amazing. You can use a mixture of bleach and water to clean any of our fabrics, pretty much.
But with oils.
Oils, meaning like teak oil? Are we talking about or?
No.
Oh, yeah. No, you would just I would say just do a little Dawn soap and water. Comes right out. Okay, but here's our cleaning codes if you're interested. On the back of every fabric, you're going to have basically what it's made of, who's made it. So this one is by Sunbrella, and we have a few different options, but they're all hello, I can't speak. They work the same way. Okay, they're all going to be sun protected. So people always say, well, I only want Sunbrella. Really? Because it's all the same. It doesn't matter. They're also going to have on here the rub count. And so This one says 47.5 thousand times. So that means that every time you sit on it, back and forth, it would take 47,000 times before you're going to really see any wear and tear on this fabric. All of our fabrics and all of our furniture in the Summer Classics line are commercial grade.
Just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, so all of them. So you can use them all. One of the things you want to be careful of is if you do sell, well, really for anybody with aluminum, you don't want to take an aluminum piece like this, and let's say it's a table and the top is aluminum. You don't want to clean it with anything that has hydrogen in it. If it has hydrogen, it's going to take the paint off. Okay, so that is just something I always say because a lot of people don't realize that. Okay, so we have fabrics in here that run from A to D. It doesn't mean that one is less durable than the other. It just means that one is going to be more expensive than the other, and the way that expense is determined is how many times the loom crosses over and how many colors. Okay, so the more color we have, the more expensive the fabric's going to be. Okay, all right, we do sell COM. So that's a huge benefit as well. Yes, so you can do a COM, and if you need somebody to price it out for you, you just price it out with a B grade fabric. So it'll be the same, okay? All right, any questions on that? All right, aluminum. Let's talk about aluminum. So we have lots of finishes in our aluminum line, and I love this one. Okay, so I'll pass this around. And if you notice on here, it has a few striations, right? It's not just a flat color. And they do that because it makes it look like wood. It makes it look real. And so the way that they do that is through an extrusion. So it's very much like Play-Doh. So you remember when you put your Play-Doh through and you could put multiple colors in and it would come out? It's just like that. And it helps to make it very durable as well. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. All right. So one of the things I want to share with y'all on the aluminum. So sometimes, I mean, as a designer, you might get that client that says, well, the husband usually, why would I go buy this chair for however much it is, and when I could get the whole set at Costco for $2,000, right? Okay, have you heard that before? Yeah, so that little brochure sitting in front of you, that is what makes us different from what you're going to buy at Costco. So what I can't show the client is I can't cut this chair in half and show them why this chair is more expensive than what they can find at Costco. But if you were to cut it in half, well, first of all, you know just by the weight of it, it's usually heavier than anything you're going to buy at Costco. But the weight of it is due to the aluminum. So if you cut this in half, and eventually I will have them to show you, but I just don't have them yet. But if you look at the aluminum on something from Costco, it's very thin. So when they weld those pieces together, there's not a lot of surface area, which makes it flimsy. It doesn't last as long. With our product, it's a thick wall. So when you weld those two walls together, there's more surface area, it becomes more durable. So that is why our furniture lasts longer. And I will tell you, I worked in the Pelham showroom. So the Pelham showroom is the hub of Summer Classics. And that's in Birmingham, Alabama, okay? And I had multiple people come in, they would say to me, we have had this chair for 20 years, and we just now have to get new cushions. And I loved hearing that because, you know, it's a quality product when you have something that long. You know, the things you buy at Costco are only intended to live maybe 5 years at the most. And if you buy it at Walmart, it's usually 7 months. So, they're just not durable. They're not going to last that long. So that brochure I wanted you all to have because it really kind of gives you the verbiage that you need to share with your clients as to why they're spending money on this furniture. Because to them, it's just outdoor furniture. Why should it cost this much? Okay. Well, let's see here. So the extrusion process happens with our aluminum. It happens with our resin, which this is the resin. It looks like wicker, actually feels like wicker. It's a resin. This is another example of resin. This is an example of resin. Okay, all of that is an extrusion process. Okay, and it's also, so that material is a polyethylene, which is no, I'm sorry. Polystyrene. Polyethylene is recycled plastic, and recycled plastic is what you don't want. Okay. So one of the things that makes us more unique than most companies is that BU is determined to have the best that you can buy. So he has some of the most expensive sun protection that you can buy in our product. Okay, so if you set this out for 5 years, it should not fade. Okay, if it does, then the warranty says you can return it. Okay, but it's a durable product because of the sun protection, and that's in everything in our line. It has that sun protection. It's from Germany. It's very expensive, so that adds to the cost as well. Does anybody have any questions so far? No? Okay. All right, one of the things that I love about this company is we do our own testing. So every factory has somebody from our company that tests the fabrics, tests the product, everything across the board. Even in Pelham, we might pull a chair out of stock and go and just take it and test it to see the durability. So the way that we test things is we have a salt spray room, we have a UV test, we do a drop test with like a 350-pound weight. Okay. We also do a rocking test with a dummy that's 250 pounds. So we sit them in those chairs that rock or swivel, and we make it go back and forth many, many, many times. And we know that this is going to be a more durable product because of that process. All right. Let's talk a little bit about our teak. So I know everybody here has such a problem with teak, right? Why do you think that is? Salt? Maybe not. What is it? The maintenance. So the salt is not a big deal, but it's a good guess because salt is an issue and you wouldn't want to do it on iron because iron would not go well here. So, but teak actually lasts a long time. It's very durable. You just have to keep maintaining it every year. And so people are not interested in doing that, especially people here that are only here for maybe 6 months. But I always say, it always looks amazing, and if you do keep it up, just spend the money to keep it up because it'll last you for 20, 30 years. I mean, it's an amazing product. We have it in the natural and the oyster, and we started doing the oyster, so that means that we age the teak ourselves. So once it's aged and it looks like this, then they develop a product from it, okay? Yes?
So that means it's a little less maintenance on the grade.
It's a less maintenance, yes. The only thing you really need to do with oyster is you want to coat it with our protector, which is to keep it, so like if you put a glass of water on it and the water gets on the table, it won't seep into the wood. If you have the protection on it, it'll be totally fine. So I say do it once a year. Bu says he's never done it but the first time he ever bought it. So, and his is like 10 years old. So just FYI, but I always say err on the side of caution. But our teak is an amazing line, and we have a lot of wonderful products in teak. So if you need to know any more about teak, oh, and also our grade of teak. So we buy really the best teak available before it's illegal. Okay, so yes.
So if it's out in the direct sun, even if it's oiled, it will fade though.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, sun is the only thing that's going to fade this. If you had a porch that never got direct sun, you'd be fine. It will stay this color, all right? But if it's in the sun, yes, it's going to fade. You can bring it back to this color. If you protect it twice a year, it will stay this color. It'll fade a little bit, but it'll stay that golden color. Does that make sense? Any questions on that?
And you can buy the protection?
Yes, we have all 3 products. We have yes.
And they're all wipe-off products, right?
Yes, you wipe it on. I mean,
Sandy or anything like that.
let me tell you, I got a business for somebody. Why not hire somebody to be doing this for you? And when they buy the teak, they have to buy the protection that goes with it. Somebody comes out, puts it all on, done. They just want it done. They don't want to do it themselves. So, love teak. It's amazing. But down here, what sells really well is our EnduraWood, okay? So we have the natural and the gray. So what is EnduraWood? It's basically a fabricated wood, all right? It's super durable. If you scratch this, the color runs all the way through this product. So if you scratch it, you just sand it out, and it looks like this again, okay? One of the other things really great about this, and we do have one in the front of the showroom, and you can actually see, but it's heavy. So if you buy those Adirondack chairs in this Endura wood, it looks like teak, but it would, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's heavy, and winds, it really does well in the winds, okay? Love these two products. All right.
No problem with fading?
Fade, oh yeah, no fading on this. So this is a great product, and there are a few things that we make out of this Endura wood. There are a few things with cushions, but a lot of things are sling, which works well here for clients because they don't want to deal with cushions sometimes. So, hey there. How are you? Okay, one of our products I want to share with you that's new is our Palma line, and this is the frame, and then this is the cushion. And what I love about it is it's a cushion that's it's stuck on, like it's not a cushion like this that comes off. But what's great about this is it's a marine grade, you could say leather, but really it's more of a vinyl. But it's a marine grade vinyl. Love this product. I'll pass this around, let y'all kind of take a look at it. It's gorgeous. It's very sexy. Don't you think? I mean, it's
Other colors?
that's only in that color right now. Now they are thinking about doing it in a different color, but I'll give you, this is what it looks like. It's great looking.
Oh, it is. I don't think they need another color.
Goes with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got gray and gold, I mean, right?
Oh, that's pretty.
Perfect, right? Okay, so it's a boat leather. Mm-hmm. It's marine grade, yep. All right, the other one is our Como, which is new, and this is the Como. I love the Como, so I'll show you that one because I do want y'all to see the new stuff, and I mean, if you're not dealing with this all the time, you may not know what we have that's new. But this is very cool as well. Very different and very comfortable. The chair, let's see, this chair with the lower back, you can actually put on a pool shelf in the water, and it will weather just fine. So if you don't want to do those white plastic ones that look like, oh, you know, this is kind of a nice option. Okay?
Back to that fabric.
Which one?
You said the marine grade.
The marine grade? Mm-hmm.
We have a boat.
Yes.
They tell us do not use spray sunscreen
On that
marine
boat?
grade.
Mm-hmm.
It will turn it yellow.
Really?
Yeah, and then it's like we've been told numerous times.
Now,
Like,
I
they'll
haven't
send us
had-
things, there's-
I haven't had anybody, I'll ask about it now that you say that.
Spray.
Yeah.
It's the spray sunscreen.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to ask them if we've had, because nobody has complained or I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
But surely they're using sunscreen and sitting on that stuff,
Right.
right?
Right.
I mean, I would think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good question. I'll find out. All right. So let's talk cushions. A lot of people will call me, and especially designers, and they'll say, you know, I want the standard cushion. I'm like, oh, do you really want the standard? Like, no, don't get the standard cushion. Because in the catalog it says it drains, okay? They all drain, okay? But this one is more comfortable. So what's so great about this cushion, if you see it, see how it has kind of a beveled top? Well, that's because inside this is a let me make sure I get this right, 1.8 density foam with a pillow top. So when you sit in this, okay, you sink down almost like a memory foam, okay, and it kind of envelops around you. And then when you get back up, it just pops right back up. So this is really, I hate when people want to sell standard because if their client has sat in any of our furniture somewhere, they're going to expect it to be this comfortable. And standard is not comfortable. I would recommend that for someone that wants a very firm sit. Does that make sense? Okay, it's a little cheaper, but it's only 20% cheaper for a standard. You really want the dream cushion. All right. Any questions on that? Okay. Yes.
What is the warranty on the cushions?
On the cushions, I believe it's 5 years. But I will double check, but I think it's 5 years.
Commercial?
I'm sorry, commercial, well, they're all commercial grade.
So, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yep. So let's talk lead times. So we're looking at 3 weeks for cushions to be made. So we have 87% of our products are in stock, the frames. They're in stock in Alabama. So typically, if you're ordering any framing, that's not a problem. It's really about the fabric and the cushion. So the cushions are all made in Pelham. They're made right there in the factory. So if you ever get to go to Alabama and you want to go see it, it's amazing. It's a great little field trip. It's almost 1 million square feet, this building. It's huge. And they do everything in-house. So that's where your time is, that they have to make those cushions. So it takes 3 to 4 weeks, and then up to 2 weeks for delivery, okay? All right. We also have an essentials group, which is here. And there are 6 lines offered in here. The thing about this, and it's lovely, it's great for that client that just wants it now, because these could be delivered in 2 weeks. All right, everything's pretty much in stock. So you have to pick, the frame has to be the color that it is, and you have to pick the fabric that's here. But it's usually just a neutral fabric. I'll pass this around, let y'all take a look. All of our lighting outdoor as well is UL approved and UL wet approved. Okay, so our lighting is pretty incredible. I love our outdoor lighting, and it's just going to get better. We've just hired a new guy, and he came from the lighting world, and he is really going to expand our lighting, which we're really excited about. So we have some very unique lighting. All right, we've talked about resin. Let's see here. Yeah. All right, so I want to pass around the pillows as well. So in this book, you're going to find on one end it's the indoor pillow, and this side's the outdoor. If y'all want to take a look, and our pillows come from 18-inch to 20 to 22 to 24, 26. Okay. You can also make your own pillow. So let's say you love this fabric. Let's say you love this fabric, and we may not have I don't think we have a pillow in this fabric. You can make this, pick your own cording. You can design your own pillow, okay, in any size. And then we also have the lumbar pillows as well. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
So this is very, very good looking, and I wouldn't hesitate to put some of these things inside. So how are the prices?
The prices?
Retail prices?
Well, I wouldn't sell anything retail. Okay, I would take probably 10% off of retail if you're selling it to your client.
To get an idea of how.
Okay, so I mean, roughly a set is going to cost around $10,000 if you're talking about sofa, 2 chairs, coffee table, end tables.
Is that a retail number?
That's what. Well, yeah, that would be probably MSRP.
So that would be a sofa, 2 chairs.
2 chairs, a coffee table, and end tables, roughly.
I didn't hear.
10,000, around 10,000, depending on what you're purchasing and the grade of fabric.
Okay. And then our cost is like about half.
You can talk to them about their cost.
Yeah, when you sign up, we go through all that.
Okay.
It's a mid to high price point.
Yeah.
If you want.
It's a mid to high price
Okay,
point for
thank
outdoor, yeah.
And don't be afraid when you request quotes from us to ask for the retail. We'd be happy to give that to you.
Absolutely.
And then you know your cost versus retail.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
helpful.
go in between.
Yep.
On the fabrics, I was told by the previous rep, and I don't know if this is true.
Okay.
that the big swatches were for the frames.
Yes.
Smaller swatches were only for the upholstered ones, and we couldn't go back and forth. Is that correct?
Not necessarily. So these are the only fabrics that can go on the outdoor upholstery. Sorry, thank you for bringing that up. I didn't go through the outdoor upholstery. So the outdoor upholstery, and we don't have an example of it here, but it's like slip-covered furniture. Okay, so it would look like an indoor couch that's slip-covered, but it's slip-covered in these fabrics only. So you couldn't take a fabric out of here, and the reason for that is this is too thick to make a slip-cover. So that's why we have this fabric to choose from. There are some good colors in here, but definitely you want to pick it from this. You can, we do have a line of velvets. You can do a cushion in velvet if you want, which we do all the time. It's beautiful. I'm sorry?
On the frame.
Yeah, so like this could be, we could do the whole thing in velvet with velvet cording if you wanted. And you'll notice in the pillow book, we have a lot of beautiful pillows that are velvet with tassels in them. I mean, the pillows are just stunning. They really are. Okay, any other questions?
Where do you guys get the materials for the cushions? Like, where do you import that, or is that made in the United States?
I think that's made in the United States, but our framing is done elsewhere. So that it would be Korea, Indonesia. We pulled pretty much out of China, thank goodness. Yes, yes, yes. So I have it written down here. Let me make sure I'm telling you. Yes, so our cushions are in Birmingham. Teak is Indonesia. Aluminum and resin is Indonesia, and lighting is Vietnam. And then all of our upholstery is made in Claremont, North Carolina. So even the outdoor upholstery, which is this, is made in Claremont, okay? Yes?
So, if a client wants slip covers for the pillows, do you also do that? In case they want to switch, you know?
Okay, so here's the thing that can be a little difficult. So I don't recommend that you buy covers for any of our pillows. Now, if you're talking about like a throw pillow, I think you could do that, but it's going to come with a pillow in it, and it does not have a zipper.
Oh, so they would have to buy it.
They would have to buy it with the pillow.
So none of the pillows are zippered?
No,
Okay.
no.
So they can't take them off and wash them either?
You don't ever want to wash. Okay, you'll ruin it. You don't want to wash any of the outdoor cushion fabric. So that's one of the biggest things. Clients will think, because it has a zipper, that you can take this off. I recommend that you don't, because we have a special machine that squishes this down flat, and it puts it into the fabric, and then it expands. You'll never get it back in where it looks like this. So that's why we just say, hose it off, you know, get your solution of bleach and water. I always say to start with Dawn, start with Dawn and water, and then if you have a stubborn stain, switch to the bleach. But you know, follow the cleaning code, and when you buy from here, they can give you all of this, okay, which has the cleaning codes on it and how to wash it. If that makes sense. But yes, so I've had many clients call and say, well, can't I just buy the cover? Well, no, you really can't. It's better just throw the whole thing away. Let's just start over, get the cushion with the cover over it. Yes. Okay. Any other questions?
We had that same situation. They bought the house and they had summer classics furniture outside.
Yes.
But she didn't like the fabric, so she wanted to just order covers for it, and we told her, no, just order all the cushions.
Yes.
She did, because it doesn't fit. They were 5 years old, and the cores they're not as perfect as when you first buy them.
Right.
So we were nervous that they weren't going to fit what she had.
Yes.
So we just bought all new inserts.
So smart. Well, I think you're going to have a happier client. I mean, you want them to have something that they love and that's durable and that's going to look right. It'll look sloppy.
Because when she leaves, she takes the old cushions out and covers it, and she doesn't care what it looks like, and she puts the other ones away. So
That's perfect.
yeah, she
That,
has an extra set.
I love that. And I've had many people do that in Birmingham when I worked there, for sure. That was a great way to do it. Yes. Would y'all like me to pass the catalog around? Have y'all all seen the furniture? I mean, I don't know who's seen what. You're welcome to take a look.
Thank you. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. I hope it's
No, it's
thorough
great.
enough.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Do they? Okay.
Never take them out. You're right.
Never take them off.
It's almost,
If there is a
telling you,
zipper,
but
you
that's
can,
how sometimes when I
you
position
drain
them,
it.
I'll
Put the zipper on the
bottom.
bottom. You're right. You're
but
right.
Never
You're right.
open it.
Yes.
You're right. It's a mistake.
Now you can open it for if you need it to
Can be
drain.
used indoor because you never know. It's like what you said.
Right.
Velvets with the you could out,
I
it's-
do them
they're
indoor all the
beautiful.
time.
But
It really is indoor-outdoor, but you don't want to put our indoor
Just know,
pillows
because
outdoor.
when I put 'em on- yeah,
Thank
right.
you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, just speak up.
I love this
Yes.
new line right here.
Havana. Isn't that
I
beautiful?
love that.
And it comes in the white or the black.
The white and the black.
Yep.
I think
It's gorgeous. And it's
so
great
pretty.
for a narrow deck. So, like, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of these condos that have a narrow porch, that would be a
Yeah.
nice option.
Yeah, that's very, very nice.
It's very attractive.
Sofa's nice, the chairs are nice. And this is nice too, very classic.
That is a very classic line, Roma. And it's been around forever, and it just, it always looks good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Do
Thank
they
you.
have any that are more like just the upholstered that looks like a sofa?
I'll show it to you. I've got a little brochure here. So here's our outdoor upholstery.
Yeah. I'm interested in that. Sheen.
And also, y'all, the outdoor upholstery, the wood underneath is marine grade wood. Okay, so it is, it is. Y'all, I tell you, I've been on all this medicine. I was sick last week, and I can't think clearly. So I'm sorry. Just feel a little off. All right, so it's not, it's marine grade, 18 millimeter Baltic birch plywood. Okay? So just wanted y'all to be clear. Oh, we do? Oh, good.
Do, that's awesome. I'd
Yes.
love to sit in
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Check it out.
So, and then so here are all the, you can do a
Oh, perfect.
sectional,
Oh,
you can
perfect.
do,
Perfect. So that's like a slip covered.
yes.
Okay.
And you know, with the outdoor upholstery, I wouldn't recommend just sitting it out in the elements. You
No, this
can,
would be for a covered porch.
covered porch. I mean, you
Yeah.
could, it's just gonna take a long time to dry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't put it out.
No.
And, but covered porch, yeah.
This is an example of the rope, you know, that you're seeing a lot of now. If y'all wanna feel it, see it. This is UV protected as well.
The lighting is beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it looks like indoor lighting.
I'm sorry, they're coming out with like wet braided or just damp braided? I mean, is it?
UL, it's UL, what did I say? UL, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm new at this.
It's kind of confusing whether it's covered
It-
or whether.
Okay,
the whole thing is
no.
encapsulated.
It is, hold on. UL approved and UL wet approved.
Okay, that's good.
So there you go.
The line is beautiful.
Thank you. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it in my living room.
I know, right? It is. It's very pretty. Oh, here, I can get it.
Sorry.
Here you go.
Is everything online or just parts, certain?
I mean, you
all
could-
of it online or your catalog?
You can't buy online, but you can see it.
You can see everything. That's what it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
And then they probably have extra catalogs here that you can take a look at.
Okay.
Is that right? Do you have extra catalogs or no?
We only have one, we have one copy for.
One copy for the store, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We can have one delivered though. If you wanted a catalog, I can get it delivered to you.
Okay.
It's not a problem. Thank you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Now, I've noticed in the pillow catalog, there are rugs.
Yes,
So are you going to talk about the rugs?
yes, we do have rugs. Do you all have the rugs?
We don't.
I don't think, I have them in my car. I can certainly pull them in if you want to see them. So it's part of the Wendy Jane line. They're all very durable. They are outdoor and indoor, which is really great. You want me to go grab some? I mean, if y'all want to see them, I'm happy to go.
Just how about one of each?
One of each.
One indoor, one outdoor.
They're not indoor at all. They're all indoor, outdoor.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, Gordon, you don't have any rugs, do you?
I've got samples.
Oh, you do. Can I see that?
But let's, don't run out.
want to grab a few of them?
Please, yeah, just something good looking.
No, I'd like to make a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to do it, I would. That's okay, that's.
Do you want a cup of coffee? Are you sure? Yeah, the rugs are wonderful. They really are.
I like putting indoor, outdoor, indoors.
Mm-hmm. It's durable.
Families and types
Yes.
of things, and I want one for myself, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. There's some great ones that look a little like sisal, you know, so that's nice, or like seagrass. But it's just a durable product, and you can just take it out and hose it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I kind of went with mixture
Okay.
textures instead
Yes.
of looks. Because
Yes.
you can see how they,
Okay. You like that? Here, I'll pass that
I have a
around.
question, because we always hear mixed reviews. Do you put an outdoor pad?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, you just could get any pad, like, you know, those cheap pads you buy at like Walmart. You could put that under. It just needs to have air circulating.
They're actually better, the waffle weave is what you want, so.
Yeah, it's that waffle weave. Yep.
So, we also
Not-
heard that it makes the water absorb more, like the pad holds more moisture to the bottom of it, and then your rug will mold faster if it's got a pad versus.
anything will mold, you just gotta keep it clean.
Yeah, right.
So-
And dry.
So, I mean,
So
no
they
matter
don't-
if you had nothing under there.
Yeah,
gonna
it's still gonna mold.
clean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You have to keep it clean. Just take one that
Perfect.
And then these are the blue. And then on the back, they'll show you the whole pattern so you can see it, which is really nice. Hey there, welcome. How are you? I'm Diana. Good to meet you, Janae. Love these. These would probably sell really well here, I would think. You want to feel them?